Weather forecasters around the USA aren't just warning about cold fronts today. 100 of them are saying goodbye after getting fired.
Many of you may already know, but
USA aren't just warning about cold fronts today. 100 of them are saying goodbye after getting fired.
Many of you may already know, but tonight is our last broadcast here at News 10.
Patrice Dayton and Kevin Orpert from Terre Haute, Indiana, are among the dozens of meteorologists saying farewell to viewers after getting the axe.
We had both hoped to go out on our own terms to celebrate, but that's not the case.
The TV stations affected are owned by billionaire Byron Allen, who also owns the Weather Channel.
To celebrate, but that's not the case.
The TV stations affected are owned by billionaire Byron Allen, who also owns the Weather Channel.
All right, here we go. So, we made it this far.
Yeah.
For the final time, good night and sleep well.
Meteorologist Amber Kulick was on the air this morning in Alabama.
Temperatures are just downright disrespectful.
But she says her days are numbered. By now, most of you have probably seen the chatter about Allen Media letting local meteorologists go. Well, I am one that will be affected by this, she posted on Facebook. The firings are meant to save costs. In a statement, Byron Allen's TV group says weather forecasting at the local station level are being taken over by the Atlanta-based Weather Channel. The new format will improve reporting capabilities, especially in high-stakes weather situations, and will ensure the most accurate, timely, and engaging forecasts for communities across the country. For
the final time, good night and sleep well.
Department of Homeland Security official confirming that the Commandant of the U.S. Coast Guard have... I want to go now to some breaking news. A Department of Homeland Security official confirming that the Commandant of the U.S. Coast Guard has been removed from her position over leadership deficiencies, that was a quote, and operational failures. I have extensively reported on the Coast Guard's cover-up of sexual assault cases. We don't know if that played a role at all in this. CNN's Natasha Bertrand joins us now for more. I mean, this is a pretty significant move, Natasha.
As we reported earlier, the Trump administration ordered all federal employees who work in diversity, equity, and inclusion roles to be placed on paid leave starting today. In a memo issued by the Office of Personnel Management, agency supervisors are also asked to submit a written plan by the end of the month for dismissing the employees. It's part one of the administration's efforts to upend DEI efforts nationwide.
Shalom to the elect of Yasharala, all praises and glory goes to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem, Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone that teach and rule well over the children of Israel, right now giving us this truth. Right, that's where this truth is coming from the elders and the apostles, and the men of Great Millstone and the men that teach the same. Right? And without this knowledge out here, we'll be in darkness. We'll be in darkness, right? So double honors to the apostles and the elders, and salutations to the elect men feeding the sheep of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai with his gospel. And more firings, more layoffs, right? Things is only gonna get worse, right? It's like those birth pains, and they're only gonna get worse and get worse before what? Before the coming of our Lord. Because all this is leading to the coming of our Lord, man, right? It's a lot of these people in this society, they thought they was gonna have their jobs until they retire, right? They thought that 401k, they had retirement plans, they had big hopes and dreams for the future, and now, man, it's a motherfucking wrap. It's a wrap, right? A lot of these people, it's gonna take probably a year for them to run through the money they done saved or whatever they done had, because the people are living beyond their means here in Babylon the Great, right? And you got these mighty, filthy, rich men, right? You seen that black dude, they go on damn near all them stations, and he just laying motherfuckers off. He laying off all these meteorologists who specialize in lying about the weather, right? Who else? Donald Trump signing all type of legislation, right? DEI, this bullshit, diversity, equity, and inclusion, right? This is some shit to to give jobs to them weirdos, man, to them transgenders, right? To give jobs to those homosexuals in the LGBT community, because Jake was already working. Right, we live in a society, man, where you could get a job in certain cities. If ain't nothing happening, your ass should have been moved. What the fuck you still sitting in that land, staying in that city for, man? You got people who live in third world countries. They'll migrate to another area because there ain't no fucking jobs in their countries. But here you are in Babylon the Great. You still living in a city, in an area where ain't no opportunity. Should have been save some money, get a ticket, get the fuck out of Dodge, right? Because it ain't gonna get better. It ain't gonna get better. This diversity, equity, and inclusion has been chopped off. So that means a lot of you weirdos, transgenders, right? A lot of you women, right? This is all for the women. It talks about what? Diversity, equity, and inclusion are organizational frameworks which seek to promote the fair treatment and full participation of people, of all people, right? Of all people. Particularly groups who have historically been underrepresented, right? Or subject to discrimination on basis of identity, man. Some fucking weirdos, man. Or disability. Yeah, they don't give a damn about no disabled people. And first off, who wants a disabled motherfucker working for them? Right? You trying to get shit done, and this nigga over here, you go to any jewel, they used to have them motherfuckers drooling on your groceries. He's supposed to be bagging shit up. This nigga busy looking out the window, and he in La La Land in his own world, just drooling. And fuck them motherfuckers, man. I thank the Lord. I ain't one of them motherfuckers, right? So yeah, that's called the judgment of the Lord. Yeah, don't nobody want no motherfucking retard cooking their food, drooling over their food, right? Yeah, they got a transgender teaching your son in school, right? This motherfucker plotting on your children, right? Hell no, it's time for this shit to go. And that's why DJT, first off, who controls this? It's the Lord who's putting the spirit in DJT and these people to make these decisions. This is Proverbs 21:1. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. And right now, the spirit that the Lord has put in the king's heart is mass deportation. Go after the migrants, go after these women, right? Because who got all the jobs? These transgender, these dyke ass women. They the ones who got that jobs through the diversity, equity, and inclusion, right? You look at Hollywood, that woke spirit. You got some of the ugliest bitches you ever seen in your motherfucking life with them fucked up haircuts, right? Bitches got taken over all them roles. And that's why ain't nobody watching no goddamn television, man. Don't nobody want to see no woman as a leading star in a movie, right? Them Angela Bassett days is over, right? That was the only good female actress, Angela Bassett. And now she a rapper. She under that Hollywood demon spirit. After that, man, don't nobody want to see no goddamn woman on the movie screen not doing nothing but, you already know, playing her part as a goddamn woman, a wife. That's what made them older movies good, because a woman was playing her position. Now a woman, they got one woman beating up 30 men. Like, who the fuck want to watch this dumb shit? Right? You're fired, man. That's the other thing. Too many goddamn women on TV, man. Just women showing them legs, showing them thighs and titties. Right? You don't even know what the fuck the bitch talking about. All you watching is her legs, thighs, and breasts. Because that's how they promote them on these channels, right? We told you, women, there's going to be a rap for you in your opportunity, right? In your opportunity right now, the Lord's putting the spirit in these men to fire you hoes. It says the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, Proverbs 21:1, and as rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Right? The Lord is on a war path. The Lord got these rulers of these societies on a war path. Kim Jong-un, war path. Donald Trump, war path. Putin, war path. Netanyahu, war path. Right? Ain't nobody talking about nothing else but some motherfucking beef around the world, right? This Daniel 8:12, it says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, right? You got DJT. He done sign all them different things first day in office, man. He done sign all these different executive orders, right? To put things in play. right? It says through his policy. I'm going to read it again. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart. Right? Ain't that DJT? Really just talking about Babylon the Great, but really who's the head of Babylon the Great right now? DJT. Right? And he's magnifying himself in his mind, and by peace shall destroy many, right? And by peace shall destroy many. He said, man, you got migrants who done killed not just 1, 2, but 3 different people, killed 4 people. We got to get these people out here. If you want your streets back in, if you want peace on the streets, we got to get rid of these illegal migrants, right? He's going to use fear tactics to bring in different policies, right? That's going to affect you people. That's going to affect you people. Same thing with 9/11, right? The Patriot Act. They took away your rights to do this, your rights to do that. It says, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. That is the future of Babylon the Great. America gonna be getting fucked up, right? You got Esau setting up the Stargate, the Space Force, right? Everything you're talking about stars in the heavens, right? What do they know? They know that they are being visited. They try to put up a bunch of drones to make it look like it's drones flying around. We've seen videos during the fires of chariots flying all through that mark, right? So what's happening right now? These devils are being visited. They're being visited of our Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. This Job 5, verse 10. Who giveth rain upon the earth, and sendeth waters upon the fields, right? It says to set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety, right? The Lord's about to deliver the elect. But before that happens, man, this man got to magnify himself. He got to feel like he the baddest thing alive, and through DJT, that's how they feeling right now. It's that white boy winter right now. This that white boy winter. Wait till the summertime, they really gonna turn up. You know, summertime, they gonna fuck around, kill a nigga, to spark off some beef, right? Let's look into the future. What's been happening the past few years? They gonna do something to spark a race war. They gonna do something to shut down the system, right? A pandemic or a race fight, something's gonna happen. We know their plans, right? It says to set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety, right? Here's what else is about to happen. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, right? So that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, right? He disappointed the device of the crafty so that their hand cannot perform their enterprise, right? Really, they want to get the elect of the Lord, but that ain't gonna happen. They gonna fuck around and get you 2/3, right? The Lord's gonna put a certain hedge of protection around certain men when this devil gets this green light, because the enemy's about to come in like a flood. He's being prepared, boy. Especially that Borders R dude. He on a mission.
Happening now, a new White House administration coming with some controversial policy changes. President Donald Trump making the sweeping changes with Happening now, a new White House administration coming with some controversial policy changes. President Donald Trump making the sweeping changes with dozens of executive orders. Among them, ending birthright citizenship, stopping federal diversity and equity programs, and new ICE guidelines. The Justice Department telling federal prosecutors to investigate state and local officials who try to stop immigration laws from being enforced. The acting Deputy Attorney General says all necessary steps need to be taken to, quote, protect the public and secure the American border. Now, all of this comes after the Trump administration announced it would let ICE agents make arrests at schools, churches, and hospitals. This ends a decades-long policy designating what are called sensitive locations. And Jeff, it would let ICE agents make arrests at schools, churches, and hospitals. This ends a decades-long policy designating what are called sensitive locations. And Jeff, you spoke with city leaders who are working to keep all Philadelphians safe, and they're trying to come up with a plan here as to how to move forward.
Absolutely. In advance of the Trump policies and, in fact, their actions on immigration, the city of Philadelphia is focused on what its response will be, particularly the school district of Philadelphia.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Just 3 days after Donald Trump was sworn in, and city officials are building a defense against his policies on immigration and LGBTQ issues, expecting the worst. You would urge the Parker administration not to resist ICE's efforts in this city.
Oh, absolutely. I would urge the Parker administration, city council, and everybody in Philadelphia.
Acting on Trump's promises to deport undocumented immigrants, Immigration Customs Enforcement agents known as ICE are expected to launch raids in Philadelphia. The school district pressed on its response if ICE shows up at city schools.
How will the school district of Philadelphia respond to people knocking on school doors and trying to take children?
Right now, as of today, it is for all school members or school staff to contact the office, obtain the documentation, and wait for further direction.
Rue Landau, City Council's first openly LGBTQ member, says Philadelphia has laws to protect immigrants, including
wait for further direction.
Rue Landau, City Council's first openly LGBTQ member, says Philadelphia has laws to protect immigrants, including rejecting ICE's requests to detain people. They have the right to come here and enforce federal law, don't they?
There are going to be certain ways in which we won't be able to protect people,
including a warrant signed by a judge.
I would like the record to reflect that there are going to be certain ways in which we won't be able to protect people,
including a warrant signed by a judge.
I would like the record to reflect. There are going to be certain ways in which we won't be able to protect people,
including a warrant signed by a judge.
I would like the record to reflect that there are 4 descendants of Native Americans. The rest of the room is under attack.
Members of the including a warrant signed by a judge.
I would like the record to reflect that there are 4 descendants of Native Americans. The rest of the room is under attack.
The LGBTQ community argue they too were threatened by the new administration and argue over the next 4 years.
The room is under attack.
Members of the LGBTQ community argue they too were threatened by the new administration and argue over the next 4 years. They just want to be left alone. They just want to be left alone.
Trans and non-binary people are not a threat. We are trying to survive and thrive like everyone else.
Yeah, we got to go back to the book of Daniel, right? Daniel 8:25, and it says, and through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. He shall magnify himself in his heart, right? This man about to pass all type of laws and all type of rules, right? They said this is a dictatorship. They asked him, are you going to be a dictator? He said, hey, come on. Trump, man, you already know he got the Senate, he got the House, he controlling everything, right? So all the Republicans is behind him, right? All the rich motherfuckers is behind him. He about to do what the hell he want to do, right? And really what the Lord put in his heart to do. Right, and through his policy, the Lord about to get these weirdos, right? A lot of you Hispanics who got this white man's head stuck up your ass, all you fake ass Christians coming from foreign countries, right? You migrants with Jesus Christo's head stuck up with your head stuck up Jesus Christo's ass, with your head stuck up the white man's ass. You about to find out, oh man, this is the man of sin, it's the devil, right? This is the slander. Right, he always got something bad to say about your peoples, right? It says it through his policy also, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand, right? It's an end of the so-called white man, right? Back to Job 5 and 10, it says, who giveth the rain upon the earth and sendeth waters upon the field? Right? To set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be what exalted to safety. It says he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong, right? They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty, right? Because what's going on right now, right? We got this happening. This is the book of Psalms 37 and 9. It says, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. Here's the point. It says, the wicked plotteth against the just. Right? That's what's happening right now. This devil's plotting. Through his policies, he's going to make things happen on the earth, man. That's going to lead to what? Jacob's trouble. Right? Jacob's trouble. It says the wicked plotted, because we're talking about diversity. We're talking about migrants. Right? That's who you're going after. Diversity, migrants, and it's a lot of you dumbass jakes who's into that LGBT community. Y'all into that weird shit. Bunch of Hispanic bitches and nigga women with fucked up haircuts and mustaches, right? It says the wicked plotted against the just and gnash upon him with his teeth, and the Lord's gonna give this devil a green light to eat you motherfucking wicked ass Israelites up. Right? Everything is leading to the time of what? Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble says the wicked plotted against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming, right? The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Really, they really want to get the elect. They really want to come get the men of the Lord. But guess what? The Lord's going to protect us. The Lord's going to protect us, right? It says, their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken, right? We ain't got nothing to worry about, man. As long as you trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that's all you need to continue to do. Keep believing in your power. Shalom.